Now, is this a stupid idea? Yes, of course. But you know what? Sometimes the stupidest ideas are the greatest. And John Wick is definitely not afraid of stupid ideas. I mean, look at how he's holding that shotgun. He's gonna break his little Gumby arm. Or he would, as soon as he's inside the chamber. That actually just worked. What? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. And for today's episode, modded units are finally back, and this is big. You know, I took a couple episodes to check out the new Western faction and all the stuff being released by the developers, but in that time, people have made some really cool stuff for this game. Like, way more than I can cover in one episode. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, this isn't even all of it, but there's no way I can cover everything you're seeing on screen right now. So if you guys end up seeing something that you want in a future episode, or you really enjoyed this one, then leave a like on the video. You know, your support is the reason that I keep returning to this. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I'm really bad for remembering to credit the people who made these mods. And as far as I know, it doesn't really matter. None of them actually care, but at the same time, this is a mod called Stalingrad. It's made by Meme Dealer, and I gotta say, it is probably one of the most impressive mods I've ever seen for this game. Like, this must have taken a lot of time and effort, because not only have they added a bunch of new units, which are surprisingly accurate to the whole tab style, but they've also changed around a bunch of the pre-existing units. They've added stuff, they've removed stuff, as well as with the factions, and a lot of this stuff has a new, updated, accurate to tabs picture, so it's hard to tell what's part of the base game and what's part of the mod. Like, if you didn't play a lot of tabs, then you would never be able to tell, which is just crazy. Like, it's all tabs, it's just tabs 2.0. And then there's so much here that it's daunting. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a faction, I'm gonna bring it into the campaign, and just see what this new faction can do. So we'll start things off with the new tribal faction, and from left to right we've got the Clubber, Torcher, Wildman, Rock Thrower, Hunter, Chieftain, Wood Collector, Warrior, Weaponsman, Clubmaster, Shaman, and then the bouncy, excited one in the back is Snuffy, who I think is the only one who hasn't been changed. Everything else here looks new. I'm seeing people wearing dinosaur heads and some kind of tentacle staff. I wonder how the neighboring tree tribe would fare against a tentacle staff. Probably not too well. We can even back him up with a couple of wood collectors. Sounds like that'd be super effective against people hiding in trees. Yeah, we could chop down the trees and then get to the buttholes. I would assume that's what you do, right? Not much else the tentacles get used for. Oh, summon skeletons, huh? That's pretty interesting. And what does the wood collector do? Other than chop people in half. Nope, there is no halves being made. He just home run bats people. Well then, he's got quite the swing. Oh man, you are super effective. So you're like the necromancer, but not quite. More tentacles, that's really about it. But as long as we can protect you, you could just keep barfing out an army, we're good to go. There's no way they can win this, and you're smart enough not to walk at them. That's something that I thoroughly appreciate. The one thing that pisses me off most about this game is that range units want to be nose to nose with melee enemies. Listen, it's definitely really cool that you guys have formed some kind of farmer flash mob in the shape of a hay and pitchfork, but at the same time, I'm trying to dominate the world here, so could you please get out of my way? We're gonna try a clubmaster backed up with a couple of warriors? The tribal faction never gets stuff this powerful. They're all pretty weak, but those are some big spiky clubs. I mean, even the spears should be pretty effective. Oh, he is just going balls deep in those farmers. What the hell? Oh! It's like he's got two cactus units on sticks. They explode. I was gonna say, how did everything just die at once? Can we maybe see that again, except in slow motion? And this time with only clubmasters? I don't really care about the warrior all that much. Like, the cactus is a pretty overpowered unit. Having two of them attached to a big, beefy warrior seems kind of overpowered. Yeah, that's definitely overpowered. Holy crap. I didn't even remember to use the slow motion because it just ended instantly. last time, I promise, I just really want to see what is happening here. We're just gonna use one Clubmaster, make it nice and simple, and this is technically $1,300 of modded unit versus $3,100 of vanilla units. This shouldn't be a fair fight in the slightest, and yet I get the feeling it won't be, just not in the way that you expect. Now, you go ahead and dive in slow motion. Interesting. Okay. It does seem like his devastating spike ability has a bit of a cooldown, so you can get some damage in on him. Problem is, he's like 8 feet tall and very tanky. Doesn't really care all that much. Even if he has to grapple without the overpowered explosions, then he could do just fine. No, pitchfork to the head, I don't think so. You trying to comb his beard? Hiding in a field of tall, dry grass and then dressing yourself in that tall, dry grass doesn't seem like such a great idea when the enemy team has fire. I mean, we only discovered fire like last week, but it has been a blessing. Real impressive stuff. Let's see how that does. Oh, they're fast. Yeah, they got some get up and go. They tripped over each other and burned to death. What? Did you see that? What? They three stooged it over on top of one another and then just burnt up. I don't know how effective social distancing is at stopping people from burning each other to death, but maybe this will help a little bit. We'll just keep you guys nice and spread out. That way, when you funnel in, you hopefully won't trip up over one another. Everybody make your way over there. Okay, we only lost like 2 or 3. That's fine. Because I would imagine once you get there, the fire should lose. Oh, I call shenanigans. I guess for every overpowered unit you're given, you get one underpowered one as well. That's incredibly disappointing. How about we try the weapons man, right? This is the one that's wearing the dinosaur head, which we've never seen before. Very strange. I mean, they look powerful, but at the same time, they also look like a chieftain who's cosplaying as Barney. Maybe, oh, they spin. Do you think we can make some kind of dinosaur tornado? I know the cheerleader isn't technically part of the tribal faction, but I'm willing to make an exception for dinosaur tornadoes. We did not lose a single unit there. I think the general rule for tabs is if it can spin, it can turn into a tornado. Right? I've never seen something that can spin and can't turn into a tornado. I can spin, so if I got cheerleaders, maybe I could turn into a tornado. But then I wouldn't be a dinosaur tornado. Okay, you can't quite tell the dinosaur part of it, but it's still real effective against a bunch of guys with bowl cuts and sticks. Yeah, that was worth it. I completely forgot this was the campaign with Final Destination levels, so we need to pick a fight with 2 hobbits. Except I don't have many options. We can either use 1 clubber or 1 torture, and that's it. The torture was infinitely disappointing, so I guess we're going with the clubber. Maybe he can pull it down. He's wearing a helmet now, so there's definitely something different about him. That's a home run. Oh, what? No way. I thought for sure he won that. How did he die? Did he hit his head when he fell? Oh, never mind. I might be the one who needs a dinosaur skull helmet. I'm pretty sure I hit my head when I was born. That says defeated blue team, not defeated by blue team. Victory means we won, right? I think that's about it for the new tribal faction. We've seen all of the others before. They're just regular old units with pointy sticks and brocks and so on and so forth. So how about we try the bronze faction, where we have the Kopesher and the Pharaoh. Okay. Yeah, definitely would not mind melting a couple of hobbits with laser beams. That is what you do. Okay, I was just kind of being figurative with the whole melting thing, but you actually go for fire. The Kopesher is also huge. I know everybody looks huge compared to a hobbit, but still. Apparently that's not gonna be it for the tribal faction because I need to chase around a group of bards, and an entire army of bards isn't even worth one kopesher, so I'm just gonna have to use a couple of clubbers. They can nail a couple of home runs. That's what it feels like. It feels like they're using the Super Smash Bros. Home run bat. Are they just like permanently stuck down here? How is this a level? Please tell me you guys are gonna be smart enough to go down after them. Or maybe don't go down after them, just let them jump into the water themselves. This is a weird level. I feel like you could use literally anything here and it would be an automatic victory because the enemy just jumps to their death. It's like facing off against lemmings. While we're on this map, I might as well address the fact that I have gotten a lot of requests from you guys to try to open this door, and I still don't think it's possible. I'm sure once it is, they're definitely gonna announce it. It's gonna be a big deal, but there may be a way to cheat your way through it, and it involves a lot of giant rockets. Now, is this a stupid idea? Yes, of course. But you know what? Sometimes the stupidest ideas are the greatest. And John Wick is definitely not afraid of stupid ideas. I mean, look at how he's holding that shotgun. He's gonna break his little Gumby arm. Or he would, as soon as he's inside the chamber. That actually just worked. What? As we found out in spectacular fashion last episode, I can take control of units just before they get hit by a giant rocket. While that can send me to space with them, could it send me through the door with them? Because that would be huge. Fingers crossed. Ow. Are we inside? Did it work? Oh, wait, what? How? Are you serious? What does that mean? So, did we go through the door? Because we were definitely in there, but now we're in outer space and we're returning to Earth real slow. It's been quite a bit of time up there, John. Oh, and we missed our landing zone. Okay, well, it was a little too dark in there to see anything, but I'm gonna say we got in there. I'm a firm believer that there are never too many dumb ideas. I think the issue there was that John is just a little bit too slim. You know, he got into the room and then he just found a crack in the wall and managed to squeak out the other side. But Snuffy, he's thick with all the C's. There's no way he's getting in or out, maybe? Not really sure. Only one way to find out. I think he's, oh no, not again. That was better. You were stuck in there for quite a long time. We saw a whole bunch of fireworks and fuzzy arse, but other than that, not quite what we were looking for. I know the solution to most of life's problems is more giant rockets, but in this case, I think they're actually causing problems. Like, we only want just enough power to squeak through that door, but not so much as to blow through the other side and into orbit. So this time around, we're gonna use just one rocket. I've got it aimed slightly down, so that way we hopefully get stuck in whatever's back there, and we should be able to see in there now, because I'm gonna bring a light source. We actually have a unit that can do that now. I'm telling you, the mods are coming full circle. Fingers crossed all of these changes actually do something. I think that time we actually bounced off the door. 99% sure we bounced off the door and then went out the other side of the island. So one rocket is not gonna cut it. I've now spent like half an hour trying different combinations of units and numbers of rockets and sizes of units and sizes of rockets. Nothing is letting me see what's behind that door. We can get back there, we can definitely get through it, but we can't see much. So that's just gonna have to do for now. Good enough. Like, it's a start. I want to get back to the campaign and check out some of the ancient faction, because we've seen some of these before. Shield Bearer, Sarissa, Hoplite, Snake Archer. They're all typical to tabs. We haven't seen the Legionary, I don't think. Interesting. We've also got Spartans. So they're gonna be different to Hoplites. Okay, and Centurion. Oh, Centurion. I thought that was gonna be a Centaur. Somebody needs to make a tab Centaur. Like, if it was top half Tabs unit, bottom half Wobbly Horse. I feel like I've had that idea before, but it would be an instant god. It would be amazing. I really hope that's a thing at some point. I might have to actually DM Landfall and tell them it has to happen, please. Like, for all the coverage I've given the game, for all the good things I've said, please just give me this one thing. I don't know if they would do it. It can't be that much harder than making the old Minotaur, right? Minotaur's kind of derpy. These guys are also kind of derpy. They're really impressive though. Like, not only because they look like Tabs units, like I said, they don't look like modded units, they fit in very well, but they're real strong, and the shaking the ground with every hit? It's impressive. It's like I would say, they're not all that flashy. Like, they're not epic by any means. They're typical Tabs units, but having more of this just expands the game so much more. Well, they're not gonna give me quite enough money to make a good offering to a god. Like, I can't get Poseidon or Apollo or Ares to show up. Definitely want to at some point because they're ridiculous. But we can afford a couple of elites. And I'm definitely interested in seeing what you're gonna do with that funny overhead spear. If you're holding it like this, then you'd expect them to throw it. But why do you have a shield then? Ranged units don't usually get spiky shields. That's weird. Oh, they also have a melee attack. Well, that's really cool. I actually can't think of any other unit in Tabs that has both. And wait, what? They actually won? I'm starting to see a bit of a pattern here. Like, when a unit is 8 feet tall and has multiple abilities, it's really easy to underestimate them. But this time around, we've got $4,200, which means we're just short of getting a god again. Come on, Poseidon, like, can you spot me 200 bucks? Be a pal. We've seen all these other things. Zeus is old news. How about we try the Dynasty? Is there anything new here? Yes, please. We might not be able to get a god, but I am more than happy to take 6 nunchucks. Nunchucks? Really? Oh, you guys are getting jumped on, but that doesn't matter because the nunchuck is a very versatile weapon. Did I say versatile? I meant derpy. Yeah, those are just straight up well-made nunchucks. And they completely worked the enemy. Here we go, $8,000 means we get our pick of the divine litter. Do we want Poseidon, Apollo, or Ares? Technically, these are really strong melee units that we're facing off against. So we probably want Apollo? You keep our distance? He should be good at that. He has the fanciest bow in the entire game. Feel free to fire at any time. You know, whenever. What's going on here, champ? Are they... I don't know what's happening. Oh, there they go. What? Okay, it's very short range. I kind of expected him to be more of a sniper, but apparently not. His arrows can only reach about as long as his arm can. That is disappointing. For $4,600, I expected a little bit more than that glowing limp dick bow. How about we try Poseidon? You should have a trident, which means it's gonna be melee, but you might have some kind of fancy ability up your sleeve. Oh, you even got a little crown now. Okay. Would expect you to control the ocean, you know, waves of blue, rather than purple, but works for me, so long as you don't get gangbanged. I mean, maybe you're into this kind of thing, you are a god, and they are a whole bunch of women. Still don't think this is going well for Poseidon. Yeah, it's not. I guess that makes it 2-0 for the non-believers. Fortunately, we still have the God of War in our back pocket, and I swear every time I see him, that spear is getting longer and longer. It's like he's a jouster without the wobbly horse. His sword is getting longer too. Right, it's huge. Is it getting bigger during battle, or is it might just be a weird perspective thing from up high. It's like twice his body length. You must be good at melee combat. Come on, that has to be your thing. You're literally the god of war. You should be able to beat a bunch of angry farm women. Okay, great. We finally got one. I was about to end the episode, but I really can't resist seeing what a wizard in tabs is like. Okay, so it's Gandalf, and we've got two of them. So you're both just gonna have to be Gandalf the Red. Sorry about this. You can be different shades of red, okay? I'll let you two figure it out. But what do you think they do? They have a sword. They have what I hope is a staff and not a walking stick. If you're just an old man with a sword, oh, they're not. They're not even kind of old men. What? They have magic shockwaves. That is so overpowered. They weren't even close to taking damage. They took out the entire army. You know what, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, guys. I love mods for this game. You know, I love new content, whether it be updates or mods or like anything, just as long as I have something new to show you guys and keep the series going, because the last thing I want is for this series to get boring and repetitive and just to be doing the same thing over and over again for views. But like, I'll be completely honest with you guys, right now it is like midnight, I wanna say, because I don't have enough time more to record something for you guys. It's like 35 degrees in this room. It is so hot that I am suffocating, and yet this can still make me laugh. Like, it's just ridiculous. So if you guys want to see more, as always, be sure to leave a like this video, let me know, and I'll return to see what else we can rocket into secret places. But thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.